All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of the Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, blessings to the Lord's elect out there. It's Brother Yeshaya. And this lesson right here is going to be about something I stumbled upon earlier this morning. As you can see from the title, it says black man brutally beaten by a white man with a hate tattoo. Okay. Now, when I first saw it, because I know it's judgment. Okay. Once you get to a certain point in this walk, in this truth, you understand and you start detaching emotions away from certain things with Jake getting judged, right? Because we know, the Lord's judgment go out there every day, right? And, hey, people deserve what they get. Like in the book of Job, it says, whoever perished being innocent, right? So that's part of judgment. But sometimes you do still get a little angry because these are our people, especially when they get done bad at the hands of evil E, right? So as you can see, this guy on the left looks like a straight up E, has a hate tattoo on his hand, cigarette in his mouth, just look like one of those good old boys, right? And then to the right, you have obviously a Jake, look like a Jake, probably is a Jake. And hey, on the flip side, the guy on the left might be, Jake as well. But from what I gathered from this actual interview, or not interview, article or whatnot, video, he has the characteristics of a Edomite. So without further ado, I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and then I got a couple scriptures.
This story has a major update. I'm taking you to the.
Hey, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
I'm taking you to Pennsylvania. I want you to see that tattoo. The tattoo says everything you need to know. It says hate. 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 It's an emotion, it's a spirit, it's a darkness, but he's proud of it. Pennsylvania, Brett Hours on the left, a white male with the word hate tattooed to his knuckles was caught on video viciously beating, kicking, and strangling a 50.
Hey, and hate is not a bad thing, okay? The Lord hates Esau, all right? And, he the scriptures say that, oh Lord, don't I hateth them that hateth thee? So it is a righteous hate to have between, these two parties, Jacob and Esau, which I'm going to show in the book of Genesis. And the Lord set it up that way. He put enmity between her seed and thy seed, which represents the enmity or the hate that we have as being Israelites towards our mortal enemies, the Edomites.
2-year-old Preston Coleman for 30 minutes. 30 minutes inside a veterans lodge last month, leaving the black man clinging to life in a coma. The brutal attack on Mr. Preston Coleman took place on the 5th of January inside of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. This is Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. That's according to local police who have watched the security video from inside the lodge, but have not yet released it to the public. We demand public release of that video. According to the police, who did watch the video once again, Coleman was sitting inside the lodge talking with Mr. Brett Hours. When the white male, Mr. Brett Hours, suddenly pulled out a knife and began stabbing it into the bar while staring at Mr. Coleman.
Now, I wasn't in that predicament, and you never know what you would do. But at that point, I would have either left or begin to defend myself, man. Seeing that he had a knife, picked up me something, or I would have left. All right, so we don't know the dynamics. I don't know if the so-called black man engaged with him, but to be beaten for 30 minutes within an inch of your life and hey, they said that the white boy he didn't get caught till probably a month later. You know, these is all prophetic, man. It's prophecy. Okay, the Lord set it up that way. It says he is not in trouble as other men. Okay, and if thou shalt touch this vagabond, okay, evil E, then thou shalt receive what is it, 3 times as much. I think that's in Genesis 3, and I'm gonna go to that after I play a little bit more of
Act
this
of
interview. I mean,
intimidation.
video.
He then handed the knife to his girlfriend and began punching Mr. Coleman in the face, knocking him to the ground and continuing to punch him. At one point during the attack, he tried to get the knife back from his girlfriend, but she refused to hand it to him. So he decided to then punch her in the face. That is according to the Post Gazette. Now, there are a few stories contextualized in one. You have this maniac who has launched seemingly an attempted murder on another human being. Inside of the Veterans Lodge, individuals who likely have served in order to protect. Likely. No one does anything to provide aid to the man who is brutally attacked. There's more. Quote, Coleman is seen blood-soaked and frail as he grips the bar to pull himself up off the ground. This is according to the local detective, David Masua. The detective wrote this in the complaint against Mr. Hours. The Post-Gazette published it. Quote, without the strength to do so, he falls back into the ground. At this point, Mr. Coleman does not appear to have the strength to defend himself or escape. As Coleman lays on the ground, helpless and defenseless, Mr. Hours continues punching him and kicking him in the head, neck, and facial area. Here's what happened next. Another white male joined in the attack. Now, once again,
Now, see, hey, that's why the scriptures are so important, and the remembrance of who you are, you know, and who the Lord made you to be, and who the Lord made your enemy to be is so important, man. Okay, because hey, man, we know, you know, what times we're in, and we know that evil E, you know, is on the verge of, you know what I'm saying, being a like a madman sparing none, and his true, you know, colors and his true horns are about to be revealed. But a lot of you people still don't get it, so you still would want to rub shoulders with E. It probably was a white bar, you know, Jake will go into a biker bar. Man, I remember one time I was in Virginia, visiting, my East family, and I went to a bar solo just to grab a drink, and one of the ones that was open, as soon as I went in, it was nothing but white people and bikers, right? And it's like, you know, in the movies when the music stopped and then you turn around and then everybody just looks at you. Man, I got out of there so fast, man. Now, see, if I would have stayed there, I probably got lynched. You know, because Jake think that they can just hang around with, you know, Edomites. All you got to do is switch up your tone. Yeah, cool. And they're going to accept you. No, man, these are devils. If they are not a speckled bird, or if they're not an Israelite foreigner that look like a white man and they have or a white person and they have the spirit of an Israelite, then they have the spirit of Esau, man. Stay away from them. Don't chill with them. Don't hang with them. Don't trust them.
it's unprovoked. White male joins the attack. A white female bartender looked on, did absolutely nothing to stop the attack, resulting in their arrest as well. Why? They have a duty, they have a responsibility. I'm going to explain that to you. Police said Coleman was punched nearly 250 times, leaving the black male with head injuries, brain swelling, and brain bleeding, major fractures in his face, and at least 3 broken ribs. But it took a month for police to arrest the attacker, Mr. Brett Hours, who has a long history of violence, including being arrested on charges of kidnapping his own cousin in 2011, as well as being caught on video last year assaulting a female in what appeared to be an unprovoked attack again That's according to the police. The police, who also described the attack on Coleman as unprovoked, arrested Mr. Hours on the proper charges of attempted first degree murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault, 2 counts of strangulation, possession of an instrument of crime, and 3 counts of simple assault. He remains jailed without bond. The Atlanta Black Star did a great job with this story. They contacted the Pennsylvania.
Okay, so that's it on that. I'm gonna bring out some scriptures, man, that's showing you that this diabolical one is not to be trusted, and if you do trust him, hey, that's on you, man. Genesis 3:15, and this is the curse that the Lord put on that serpent that was in the garden, which the serpent goes back to a man. Okay, the characteristics of a serpent, right? And then even when you go further, like the Elder Yashwamba always brings out, he was basically a sorcerer. Okay, so basically, all right, the Lord, put a curse on them. Okay, and they're living that out now as Edomites. So here it is right here, Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So, hey, you can bounce back from a bruised heel, but once your head is bruised, hey, that's representative of Jacob getting that final victory, okay, and ruling in the kingdom of heaven forevermore. So this little stain in time where they have their foot on our necks and they're ruling, hey, that's just the bruise of a heel. It's not really anything, but that brutal head wound that is not going to be healed this time, hey, that's going to happen to them, man. All right. And once they fall, they're done. All right. 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, then to be ousted or be deleted. Right. So there you go. Genesis 27. And this is the hate that Esau has for his brother, man, Jacob. Well, he broke the brotherly covenant in the garden when the Lord, sent the prophet and asked Esau, "Where is thy brother? His blood cried unto me from the ground." And Esau said, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Yeah, all right. Genesis 27 and Just Genesis 27 and 41. And this is after the birthright. I mean the birthright was basically translated over to us. All right, via a transaction. you know, Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob. Okay, Esau represents the so-called white man, and Jacob represents the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And Esau came, the serpent came back as Cain, okay, through reincarnation, and then Cain came back as Esau. And Esau, Edom, is who we see today. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning of my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother." Okay, so hey, they are the accusers of they are the accusers of our brethren, man. Where is that? Revelation, let's see. Revelation 12 and 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, "Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed." Okay, that's what that word means. The word Christ in the Hebrew is Hamashiach, which means anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And that's part of the reason why they hate us so bad, and they accuse us so bad, because they still in their innately, okay, in their spirit, they still feel salty, and they're still butthurt about how the Lord set it up for us to get the blessing. They feel like it was stolen, but in actuality, it was ours all along. Hey, 11:44. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So going to the book of Job, because you got to watch these people, man. Hey, Job said he didn't even want these people around his damn flock. Okay, and these are the ones that are younger than us, man, because they're weaker in nation. And also, yeah, they're weaker in nation, man. All right. Job 30. But now that they are younger than I, have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. and you know what they do, man. Okay, and Job 30 is a good uh, history note on how Esau Edom operates and and the nature of Esau Edom, right? But I just want to pinpoint this point. It says, "But now I am mocked by people younger than I." This is the NLT, by young men whose fathers are not worthy to run with my sheepdogs. So, hey, these animal like, beast like beings, man, we gotta watch them. Even these current days, even though they're standing up right now, they can wear a suit and a tie. But hey, if you see a damn cracker that's threatening you with a knife and has a hate tattoo tatted on his arm, hey man, it's not a punk. You're not being a punk if you got out of that situation. And that black man should have just left that bar. All right, or did what he had to do. Attack him first. You either attack or it's fight or flight, right? You don't just sit there and get beat up, you know. But hey, that's judgment of the Lord, man. And the Lord did create spirits for vengeance, right? Going to the Apocrypha, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 12. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it. So shalt thou be thanked by benefits. Do good to the godly man, and if thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that give no alms. Skipping down. Verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Okay, and we know who the border of wickedness is as pursuant to the book of Malachi, the first chapter, the 4th verse. Okay, the nation of Esau, Edom. So if the Lord created him to be the wicked, created him to be his sword, why would you try to handle that sword? You're not grabbing it by the handle, you're grabbing it by the actual blade when you fucking with Esau, man. You know, if that makes sense as an analogy, right? Hey, who would pity a charmer? All right, if he's bitten. So you go around these people, especially when drinks involved, and especially when you're at a lower, state of mind, but you're a lower conscious level, okay, where drugs and alcohol and women are involved, man. And you got to be on your P's and Q's, man. All right, because this devil is still the devil that the Lord made him to be. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. So if the brother was in the truth, Slakia, if this brother was in the truth and he knew this, he would know, like, okay, I ain't messing with E. And he would know where he was at, because the bartender didn't help. Okay, and you had another white man that saw the black man getting beat and helped him out. So he shouldn't even been there, man. Okay, look at this. Sit him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So I know he was in that hospital, in that coma, coming out that coma, like, man, fuck, I should have just left, or I should have did what I had to do. That's why these scriptures are so important, man. Verse 13, who would pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity. So, you know, do feel bad for the dude, but hey, you who, like the scriptures say, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, the serpent, right? Esau Edom. All right, and I'm gonna end it with this one because hey, we're gonna get payback now. Don't get it twisted, right? Second Ezra 15. There's gonna be race wars, class wars, and Judah is gonna rise. Okay, like a lion in the, what is it? Like a lion's whelp. I'm gonna have to get that later. Second Ezra 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So it's going to be race wars, it's going to be class wars, it's going to be basically all-out anarchy, right? And obviously so, the like the scripture said, the like birds like to be with their kind. Hey, you know, you're going to have the Israelites coming together, okay, and you're going to have the enemies coming together. And it is what it is, right? So, hey, Lord willing, I was edifying them, ended with that, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Ruchah, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, blessings to the Lord's elect, and until next